Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shalia if this is your very first time here. If it's not your first time, welcome back. Appreciate you. Happy to have you. So, before I even get into like what we're gonna do and just jump right into the video, full disclaimer here. So, I had planned in my mind for this video to be full face Fenty Beauty. Then I'm like pulling out my products and then it hit me, yo shorty, how many Fenty launches did you really miss though? Quite a few. So I do know that like some of those were intentional. Like I purposely ignored a few launches just because I don't like throwing all my eggs into one basket. I don't want my entire makeup collection to be one brand. So the video direction has obviously since changed because I realized that I don't have a single Fenty palette. That much I knew. I was never planning on doing any eyeshadow looks. Second thing was brows. When did Fenty even launch a brow? Y'all, honestly, I don't even remember when it happened. And then I think, oh, the last thing was, I realized I was out of the foundation. I went to like, and it was empty. I was like, oh. So, basically what I'm summing up here is this is essentially turned into a full face of as many Fenty products as I could find. So, basically what I'm here to do today, which was really the whole point of the video from the beginning, outside of being like, oh, well, I could also do full face, was to try out the new cream concealers, child, grant me the strength, the cream bronzers, and the blushes from Fenty. So, that is still what we're going to do, but I'm going to do my best to incorporate as many Fenty products into this video as I can, just so that you can see exactly how these products perform on products that they were designed to perform with. Anyway, you already know what I'm going to ask you guys to do. I'm going to ask you to subscribe, and I'm going to ask you to click the bell so that you get notified. Because with the algorithm these days, I honestly I don't know what to do. Anyway, so with that being said, we're going to just go ahead and just, jump right into the video. Alright guys, so obviously like I said in the beginning, I did my brows before because I realized I don't have any Fenty brow products. Didn't even know they existed. There's that. So I'm going to just jump right on into this, to everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and start my face with the Fenty primer. This is the original primer, the Soft Matte Pro Filter primer that came out. I feel like they launched another one, like the hydrating, but honey, your girl is as oily as they come. And so as much as I love a hydrating product, it's not going to do much for me. It's not going to take me very far. By the time I'm done, I'll look like you took an egg and dipped it in oil. That would be me. The brown eggs, of course. So my intention today is to keep my eyes super bare. I'm just going to pop on a lash, but obviously I will be doing that later once I add some concealer. So if you guys have seen any of my previous videos, you know that my base routine makeup has changed drastically, and a very big part of it is I just like the way it looks. Honestly, there's really no rhyme or reason. So believe it or not, I'm actually going to be going in with the Fenty, let me read this properly. It's the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. And I have the shade Chocolate. It is number 6. Here's the packaging. Bad baby. It's so cute. I honestly fully intend to use this as a contour. And I believe on the site it said that it's like bronzer contour. So that made me happy, and that was really why I bought it. Because like honestly, I love bronzer, but I don't know if I can wrap my mind around, why am I slapping myself? I don't know if I can wrap my mind around using a bronzer that's cream. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just me. It could just be me. So my plan is to basically keep my makeup routine essentially the exact same as what I would use with any other product. So here it is right here. As you can see, I had already swatched it a little bit. So I typically go into with my my contour first, and I use this Cover FX concealer brush. So I'm going to just pick up a decent amount of this, and I'm literally just reaching right into here and doing my contour as I normally would. Now, this is the first time me putting this on my face, so I honestly, you guys, have no idea what will be too little or too much. So, Godspeed. Okay. So, give or take less or more, that is usually how I would do this. Now, sometimes, typically I would do this next step with a brush, but because the consistency is a little different, I'm going to switch to a sponge. This is actually the Fenty sponge. I felt like that was a little fitting. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff this in. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the next time I use these, I will not go this route. I will pick it up on the sponge first, because as much as I'm blending it out, I feel like I'm losing some of the product. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. I'm just going to dab in there and see what happens. Oh, yeah, see? Yeah. That's the way to do this. Okay. So, see? You live and you learn. So I'm just going to keep blending this out, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I feel like what I will say is, for a product like this, I would have expected it to blend better from pan to skin, but this is working. So I'm just like I said, it's nothing against the product. It was my own expectations. So now I'm just going in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer, and I am just going to highlight the way I normally would. But I am going to include some on my eyes, because obviously I'm not going in with shadow today. And then, as usual, I'm just gonna, y'all know, you guys know the deal. So I'm just taking a little bit of foundation, and in the empty spaces, I'm just filling out. It's hilarious because I promise you guys, this is my foundation shade. But like, seeing it next to the concealer, it looks nuts. Okay, so here's where I'm going to cave, and I'm going to get my beauty blender. So here we are. I put a little bit on my beauty blender, and I'm actually going to just spritz it with a little bit of dewy mist. Same thing that I did with the Fenty sponge. And I'm just going to go ahead and just blend that in. Like, you can already see I'm just getting way more coverage. And I just feel like the Fenty sponge is just kind of eating a lot of the product, which is what I was feeling like it was doing with the concealer. So maybe, not with the concealer and with the bronzer. So I feel like maybe it's not this that I was seeing earlier. It's the sponge. I don't know. Maybe I need a new sponge. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just literally showing you guys what exactly it is that I'm dealing with right now. So I'm actually just going to blend some foundation up here as well, just to sort of not cover the bronzer, but to just blend it in better so it's not such an aggressive, like, you know, change of colors. Yeah, that just blended so much better. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add some powder. And I'm using the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Banana under my eyes, just for brightening qualities. And like I said a little while ago, I do know that I love this sponge for powder, so that's exactly what I'm going to use it for. This shade is just going to go right underneath my eyes and on my eyelids, just to set everything in. Then, in an effort to like not brighten anything over here, I'm just popping a little bit of powder right here and taking the excess like that's left on the sponge and just putting it, patting it along the bottom, just to sort of set the foundation in place as well. And that's it. Alright, next I'm just taking a powder brush and I'm just packing this into my skin, just to sort of get rid of that top layer of loose powder that's here. So while that was like a bit of a struggle bus application, we look pretty good now. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and use my Fenty Beauty bronzer. These are the Instant Sun Soaked Glow. That is not the name of this. Child. These are the Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzers, the powder bronzers. I will be very honest with you guys. This will be my first time trying this one as well. I've never tried any of the Fenty bronzers, powder or cream. This is the shade Cocoa Naughty. So here it is right here. I'm just taking a powder brush and bronzing like I normally would. Oh, that's pretty. Can you guys see that? It really... This is nice. Now I'm like asking myself why I didn't already have one of these. Oh my god, that's nice. Guys, I haven't been shooketh in a long time. I'm shooketh now. Wow, this is so pretty. Why didn't y'all tell me? Where's the hair? There it is. Wait, no. Yeah, that was it. Why didn't you guys tell me this was this good? Honestly, I feel bamboozled. This is so warming. I'm gonna pop some highlighter and then... No, I'm gonna do the blush first. Let me put some lashes on and I'll be right back, and then we're gonna jump right into the blushes. Alright guys, I'm back and my lashes are on and it is time for the home stretch. So I got two of the cream blushes. The shades I got are Summertime Wine and Cool Berry. Okay, so they come in these like really cute small compacts, and for size reference, here is the bronzer. This would be like the bronzer and like cream bronzer and then like highlight size versus like the size of the blushes. So these retail for 20 bucks, so they are a lot smaller. So here's the shade Summertime Wine. I really love this shade. I feel like it's something that I'm gonna use pretty often. And then I got a more like neutral shade, the Cool Berry, which is this one. So I want to say, like, because my look right now is pretty muted, that I want to go with Summertime Wine. I am going to put one side on with my blush brush and then the other side with my finger, just for comparison. So this is a clean brush, and I'm gonna tap the product and see what happens. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so on top of makeup, these are really pigmented. Wow, I think I might have picked up too much. Whew. I'm gonna just pat some off on the back of my hand. And I'm trying like not to rub the product in because I do have obviously powder underneath, but you can kind of see where we're at right now. So that's with the brush, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I mean, from what I can see from this, I really like this. So I'm picking up about this much on my finger, and I'm scared. Okay, so do you guys see that? Child. Okay, wait. Once again, I'm gonna take a little bit off and sort of just rub this out with my finger. Okay, so as for me, on top of a full face, I don't really like using it with my finger because I feel like it's making my bronzer, the powder bronzer, look muddy. So I'm just taking the brush and I'm patting over it and around the edges. Let's see what that does. Okay, I am super blushed. I will say that. Okay, I definitely like this side. I think this side is now just like muddy and murky looking. I don't know if it's even really picking up on camera for you guys, but I can definitely see it here in my mirror. I will show you guys the swatch of Cool Berry as well, just so you guys can see it, even though I'm not going to put it on my face. See, now Cool Berry to me looks way more sheer and more glossy. And then, I mean, they're all glossy, of course, they're creams, but I'm going to show you Summertime Wine and Cool Berry side by side. So you can kind of see that Cool Berry is way more sheer and glossy, and then while yes, there is a glossy factor obviously to Summertime Wine, it's just a lot more pigmented. So yeah, I'm gonna pop some highlighter on. I'm using the Kilowatt highlighters. This shade duo is Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. See now, the blush highlighter combo, beautiful, gorgeous. Like, it's almost like the dewiness from the blush just sort of melts the highlighter in. But I think that together looks so good. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to pop some lipstick on really quick and I will be right back to give you guys my final thoughts on these products. Okay guys, so here's the finished look. What do you guys think? Tell me how you're feeling about it. I love it. I can say that much. It was a struggle bus for a second, but I do really like the finished products. Here's my final thoughts. I am madly in love with the powder bronzer. Madly. And I think it complements my skin tone really well and just sort of melts everything together really nicely. As far as the cream bronzer goes, a part of me feels like they run more like contour style bronzer, obviously because they're cream, but when I put it on my face, it did have like some red undertones, which are good, but it still had a cool undertone as well. It was very, I don't know, it was like a very weird vibe. I think if when I wear it again, I am probably going to do it with a brush, and that's number one, I'll probably do it with a brush and probably get a better finish, and then number two, the time after that, I will probably put it on top of my foundation because I can see it underneath, but I feel like if it was darker, it would pop more like some of my other cream contours. And I just feel like a product that's being advertised as a bronzer contour should be, I mean, I don't know, like it's weird. Like I feel like it's doing its job as a bronzer, but it's kind of, because honestly, I'm wondering if maybe I would have gotten Toffee Tease is what I think it's called, is the darker shade, the darkest shade in the line. Maybe that would be a better contour product for me. And then if I'm going to continue to bronze with this, I need to be using chocolate. I think that's, yeah, I think I just figured that out. Okay, I can't blame the product. I gotta blame myself. It's mostly because of what I wanted to use the products for, because that's what they said they were. Like it says on the site, like I'm gonna read it to you guys, hold on. Oh, it's my own fault. Okay, so scratch everything I said. I read this and I'm a moron because I have read this twice already. It is a natural looking bronze or a soft contour, and that's exactly what I got. Okay, I take it back. You see, before you throw shade, make sure you have all the information, because if you don't, you look like an idiot. So right now, I'm kind of looking like an idiot, but it's cool. No beef, because I like the product. I don't want to like make it seem like I didn't like the product. I did like the product. And then lastly, with the blushes, for me, I definitely need to be applying these with a brush on top of my full makeup. These I've seen plenty of times on people's bare skin. If you are one of those people who wants to just go out bare face and just add a little bit of like, you know, to sort of like accentuate the face, I think a good option would definitely be to add some brows and pop on some mascara with a little bit of the cream bronzer and definitely the cream blushes and some lip gloss. And I think that's a look. I might have to do that. I honestly might have to do that. I'm not even gonna lie. Alright guys, so final thoughts. I definitely think that this collection is worth buying, 100%. I obviously struggled a bit in the beginning, but now that I've seen how the products perform, I can tweak what I'm doing, because as you can see, I am very satisfied with the finished product. Like, I have nothing negative to say about this finished look. This is the longest outro ever. I know, I'm so sorry. But I also talk a lot, and that's just that. Like, so like, if it is what it is. These are a yes for me. In case you didn't get that from me rambling on and on and on. I'm gonna get out of here. It was a pleasure as always. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope to see you guys in my next video. If you haven't already, please don't forget, subscribe to my channel, please. And of course, click the bell so you guys get notified as soon as I post something new. And last but never least, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. You know what I mean? If you really didn't like it, then of course I don't expect a thumbs up out of you. But if you did, how will I know if you don't give me the thumbs up? So anyway, I'll see you guys in my next one. I love you all and have a great day. Bye.